As the sun shines on all of my glory, my flaws don't look so bad at all. What was I so afraid of?
Hey everybody, it's Sharmel. Welcome back to Locs, Lux Lifestyle. So today I am here with a full wash and retwist video. This is going to be like my full maintenance day video. So I'm going to be washing my hair as well as retwisting and styling. So here's my hair before we begin the process. I did recently color my hair again. I went back to dark colors, so I put like this mocha rinse on it, and here is how it's been looking. So first we're gonna begin by washing it. So I washed my hair in the shower. Fun fact, before I started my locks, I hated washing my hair in the shower, and even early on in my lock journey, I still used to wash my hair in the sink. But once I had my lock extensions, like, I had to start washing them in the shower just because it's a lot easier and more convenient. And even though I don't have my lock extensions anymore, my hair is just getting so much longer, so washing it in the shower is always the most convenient. So for shampoo, I have been trying out this Talia Waheed Stimulating Herbal Cleanser Shampoo. And so far, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. So as far as like my shampooing process, I began by applying like the shampoo on my edges and just along the perimeter of my hair, just because that's where I'm more likely to apply products like edge control, and that's where I most likely see like any buildup if I have any. So I'm starting there, and for the first wash, I really just focus on my scalp, and I also make sure that I'm like parting my hair and making sure to massage like the shampoo in between, like in the center and stuff of my head. And so this is something new I've been implementing. This is just like a scalp massager, and I've been enjoying using this because I feel like if you do like use products such as like retwisting products and stuff like that, I feel like it does a really good job at breaking down any product buildup at your roots where you're most likely to apply the product at. So I'm just using this to massage my scalp and just to make sure like the roots of my hair and the roots of my locks are just kind of opened up, and if there's any product in there, it is getting loosened up so it can get washed out. But back to the shampoo. So overall, it's not a bad shampoo. It does kind of have like that tea tree smell, and it gives you like that tingly sensation. However, the texture of the shampoo is like jelly-like, so it would come out in a glump, and then a lot of the times the glob would slide out of my hand before I could even make it to my head. So I feel like I was just wasting a lot of product, and I just felt like the product wasn't the best to just work with and spread throughout the hair and stuff like that. But overall, it did get my hair clean. I'm just not a fan of like the texture of the shampoo. So now I'm just rinsing that shampoo out from the first wash. When I wash my hair, I usually do about 2 to 3 shampoos, at least 2 for sure. So now I'm going in with my second shampoo. So for the first shampoo, I focus on like my roots and scalp, and then for the second shampoo, I'm making sure to take all of the product down the entire shaft of the locks. I'm making sure to squeeze the shampoo in to make sure that the locks are getting, cleansed from the inside out. And I shampoo my locks about every 2 to 3 weeks. Depending on my schedule, I may deviate from that a little bit, but every 2 to 3 weeks, and that has pretty much been my routine since I started my locks. I also don't use conditioner regularly. Only time I'll condition my hair is if it's needed, like if I feel like my locks are feeling drier than usual, or if I do like a color treatment on my hair. So you guys know I do color my hair from time to time. I had the lighter color for a while, so I would condition from time to time then. But yeah, when it comes to conditioning, it's really kind of on an as needed basis. It's not something that I do routinely. And so now I'm just rinsing again, and honestly rinsing is like my least favorite part of a wash day, but it's also like one of the most important parts. So after I do my final shampoo, like I really take my time and make sure that I rinse my hair thoroughly, making sure I'm lifting the locks in between and getting just all the areas of my hair just to make sure all that soap is out. You don't want to leave any soap behind because that is what causes buildup in your locks. So I rinse my hair for as long as I need to, constantly filling. If I see suds, if I feel suds, I go in again. And yeah, just trying to make sure I get all of that soap out of my head. And as you guys will see, I still had like a soapy spot, so I'm going back in and I'm going to rinse some more. So after I finish rinsing, I just continue with like my shower routine and all of that. And then before I get out the shower, I go ahead and rinse my locks one more time for good measure. But now I'm gonna continue with my shower, and then after I've showered and cleaned my head and all of that, I love using these hair towels. They are really good at just like keeping your hair out of the way. I personally hate like wet dripping hair in my face, so I highly recommend getting like these hair towels, and it has like the little tie and button that you can clip it on, and it does a really good job at like just keeping all the wet hair out of the way, and as well as soaking up like the moisture. So at this point, if I notice any soap still left in my head, I will go and rinse it one more time like in the sink, but I did a pretty good job. I didn't notice any patches of soap. So now we're going to move on to oiling. So these are the oils I have been using on my head. The first one is this Jamaica Mango and Lime Island oil, and then this next one is the Talia Wahid African Healing Oil. So I began by applying the oils to my scalp first, as well as like my hairline, and then I just gradually kind of worked them down the entire shaft of the locks, making sure to just like really saturate them, moisturize them, make sure that, you know, my hair is not dry. And so here we are, nice and clean, hydrated, and moisturized. So I usually try to wash my hair like the day before retwisting to avoid doing everything kind of in one sitting. However, if I do wash and retwist in the same day, I will allow my hair to like air dry for an hour or two before retwisting, and this just kind of helps cut down on the overall drying time. So for retwisting today, I'm going to be using the Style Factor Lock Booster Loctician again. I showed you guys this product for my last retwist, and this is my second time using it. So for the first time, I actually really enjoyed the product, so I wanted to give it another try, and I'm going to be actually doing a style today. So I'm going to be doing a lock knot bob. I have a couple of lock knot bob tutorials here on my channel, so I'm not going to go into like full detail about the hairstyle, but I will link those tutorials down below if you guys are interested in a more detailed tutorial. But yeah, I'm just doing a 2-strand twist lock knot bob. So when it comes to retwisting, I retwist my hair about every 6 weeks. Sometimes I go a little longer. Sometimes I've retwisted as early as like 4.5, 5 weeks, depending on just like my schedule, if I have any events or anything to do. But in general, I stick to about every 6 weeks, and that works for me. I have been on the 6-week routine since I started my locks. I get comments sometimes asking like how often you should retwist, and I'd say like 6 weeks is pretty standard. I've seen people who retwist like every 4 weeks, and then there are some people who like will retwist a few times a year. It's honestly preference and how you like to wear and style your hair, but I definitely wouldn't recommend retwisting any sooner than 4 weeks. Retwisting too often can cause your locks to thin. It can cause damage, breakage, and all of that. So like I said, 6 weeks is pretty standard, but if you can go longer than that, that's great too. Just kind of give your roots breaks from unnecessary tension. I will say the longer my hair gets and the more my hair matures, it's a lot easier to stretch my retwists now. But again, as somebody who likes styling and I like, the fresh look of a retwist, I pretty much stick to like a every 6-week routine. I also get questions asking like how long my retwist typically lasts. So I will say it varies. So like you guys see today, I am doing a style. I'm doing these 2-strand twists, and a lot of times, like if I do a 2-strand twist style, I can get a good 3 weeks out of my retwist in the style. And even if I take them down, depending on if I want to wash my hair or not, my hair still looks pretty fresh. So if you do want to make your retwist last longer, I would recommend 2-strand twists, plaits, braids, some type of styling to make it last longer. However, if you just retwist your locks and let it just kind of be free, unfortunately, retwists do not last very long. Depending on the product and just like my overall day-to-day routine, if I'm working out, if I'm not working out, those all play a factor in how long my retwist lasts. So without a style, I can get 1 to 2 weeks out of the retwist, but obviously like the longer that I go, by the 2nd week, my roots are sweated out or they're starting to get fluffy and stuff like that. So I will say that lifestyle plays a huge factor in how long you can get out of a retwist. If you are somebody who works out routinely or you just have a fast-paced life, unfortunately, without some type of styling, you won't get very long out of your retwist, even if you tie it up at night. Like, it's just the nature of the game. Retwists are not designed to last forever, and yeah, like I said, it's just all a part of the process, and it's just something that I've personally learned to kind of just get used to and comfortable with since I've been on my lock journey. So I'm doing a side part lock knot bob, and once I get closer to the top of my head, my locks are just kind of naturally layered. So because I want to keep like this shape, like this asymmetrical shape of my bob, I'm going to have to extend some of the twist in the front. So usually I use Marley hair to do my extended 2-strand twist. However, y'all, I bought this Marley hair in the color number 2 because I thought my hair was darker than what it is. But once I actually like fed the hair in, it was just very dark and a lot darker than my locks. So you guys will see here, like, it looks pretty jet black compared to my locks, and I wasn't feeling it. So I had to go through my little hair stash and see what I could find. I had more Marley hair, but I had it in every color but like a dark brown. I had blonde and red, but I ended up finding some like 8-inch soft locks that were in a color number 4. So I decided to give these a try. And I actually liked using these soft locks to extend my twist a lot more than I liked using the Marley hair. So bear with me, you guys. Unfortunately, I realized after the fact that I was not in frame for most of the twists where I added the soft lock, but I did get this one in decent frame. You can kind of see what I'm doing here a little bit, but honestly, the process is very similar to how you would feed in like the Marley hair. You basically fold it in half, place it in between the 2 locks, and then you just continue to twist down with the soft lock added in. I may or may not do a actual tutorial on it because honestly I kind of like the soft locks more than the Marley hair for extending your like 2-strand twist. So yeah, I may or may not do like a full in-depth video, but Unfortunately, I did not get like a good clip of me installing it for this video because this was done very randomly. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but it ended up working really well. But yeah, this is how my hair looks. This is how the bob is bobbing. So far, it looks really good. And we're almost there. So next I'm going in with my Nairobi styling foam, which y'all see me use all the time, and I'm just going to rake that through my twist along my hairline just to kind of further help set everything. And then I'm going to use some wrapping paper to tie all of that down. And since I let my hair air dry earlier, I'm just going to use my blow drying cap today to blow dry my hair. So just putting that on, making sure to tuck all the locks into the cap. And then I blow dry it like on a medium setting for about 20 minutes or so. And here we are once everything is dry. So I'm just going to remove the cap and remove the papers. And here's how my hair looks. I think it came out really nicely. Every time I do a lock knot bob, like it eats every time. I love these lock knot bobs. I just think they look so cute. I love the way that they frame my face. And yeah, that is going to be it, you guys, for my full wash, retwist, and style with me video. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Snatched by Sharmel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.